Hello and welcome to the Pontiff. How are you guys today? Hello and welcome to the ArchieLuxury live stream channel. Another friendship gone. Well, it's just like these things here. Friendship is a very short thing when you're friends with the Pontiff. So, yeah, it's all good. Blue shirt Buddha, $2. It's Wednesday night live with the Pontiff. Thank you so much there. I gotta tell you what's going on. I tell you what's going on in the world of ArchieLuxury. I had some good interviews yesterday. We had what's his name? He was on. You know what's his name? What's his name? You know, we had that guy. What's his name? What's his name? You know, the guy who was interviewing me at the end there. That was pretty cool. We had a lot of fun. We had some good times. We're talking watches, and it was confusing because we don't normally talk that much about whist watches, do we? But we did. We did the whist watches, you know. And that's all that matters. We did the wristwatch talk. Okay, guys, let's post the link. Ken Fresno. Hello, Ken. Ken's there. Ken's been a lovely guy. He's a lucky man. Very lucky, beautiful, gorgeous wife. I got to be totally honest with you guys. I'm with Jimmy Opulence. It's really cool to have a great, sexy wife. Wristwatches, intimacy, what more do you really want? It's all about, you know, someone said to me, why did I get married? I want sex every day. I want intimacy every day of my life until I die. Until it stops working. Until it stops working. That's the way it goes, guys. So I really do love my watches. I love them. And I got to tell you, you've got to find some things that you love and enjoy them. You've got to enjoy your watches. Fast friends and fast food. Fast friends and fast food. Yes, exactly. I got to tell you, the wristwatches, what's happening with me there? I'm actually pretty cool. Pretty cool. I got a mate of mine was ripped off. I mean, he was a bit silly. I mean, I don't know if I'd be buying watch parts from Franken's Specialist. Ooh, I mean, what? I don't know. I just kind of said to him, man, what were you thinking? Um, and he said, yeah, I was trying to get some parts. And I said, mate, what do you think? I kind of asking for trouble with people like that, you know? LC $2. Do have a friend, and his name is Jesus Christ. I got to be totally honest with you. I'm a little bit shitty at the Jesus. A little bit shitty. A few things didn't quite work out the way I wanted in life. And I mean, I got to be completely honest with you. You can pray, and nothing happens. You know what I mean? That's kind of disappointing. Is there a God? I'd rather be on Jesus's side than the devil's side, but I got to be totally honest with you there. Sometimes I do question my own faith. I do question my faith because maybe there's nothing there. I don't know. Try and be a good person. I think it's good if you can be a good person. It never hurts to be a good person. That's the way I see it. I gotta Arch, Jesus would turn your blood into wine if he wanted to, so back off. Well, man, so many people pray to him and nothing happens. You know, it's kind of, I wish there is a Jesus. I really hope there is a Jesus. I hope there is. I hope there is. I hope there is. But I got to be honest with you, so many religions and churches have they've been harvesting the super chats, you know. That's always a problem. And we've got our friend Saad. How are you, Saad? How you going?
All good. Thank you for allowing me to be
Yeah.
here, Archie.
No worries. Now, you paid for a paid watch review. Did you send
Yes,
me the details? Have you sent me the details? I'm just double checking. You sent me the
yes.
details
I
in an
emailed you.
email?
Yes.
Okay. You emailed me. Okay. That's cool. I just want double checking because I wanted to get that done for you, you know.
Thank you so
Um
much.
yeah, tell me this. You have got a lot. You only collect date eights, is that right?
Uh, I am selling the now, the rose gold, and getting myself something new now this time. I'm too
Ooh.
tired of 36 day dates. It's all look the same, same feeling.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just having a look. I'm just going to print it out now because I, here we go. Because you're a big pen collector.
Yes.
Oh, I see the watches now. Okay. You know what? I'm disappointed with Mont Blanc. I don't know how you feel about Mont Blanc.
What's the issue with that, Archie?
So you got a Daytona as well, don't you?
Sorry?
You have a Daytona as well, don't you?
Yes, 116520.
Okay, I'm just having a look. I'm just printing this out now. Did you send me a list of all the models you've got there? I know I've got your picture. I got the picture. Did you send
Yes,
me a You did send me a list.
yes, it has a description. In that description, all the
Oh,
models have been
okay.
written.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Oh, actually, just having a look there. Just having a look. Just I got to tell you you had a description, okay? Okie dokie. Um let's have a look what's happening here. I've got someone else who's coming into the No, that was it. We've got some super chats coming in, which is really, really good news. We needed some super chats. We got timely behavior, $3. How long have you and Plastic been friends, Arch? Well, I got to be completely honest with you. We haven't really been friends that long because we had a massive fight. I originally was selling a two-tone Datejust diamond dial, and he was so unprofessional. I vowed never to sell him anything again. So we've never really been good friends. We were always on bad terms. Jay Wright, £2. I would simply like to say, hi, Stephen. That's right. Okay, there we go. Hi, Stephen. Mike M, $2. Hamilton Pizza Slice watch. Good present for Snake. You betcha. You betcha. And we've got Showcase watches, £9. New watch day, Arch. One of the guys who works for me was on AD waitlist on my behalf. He got the call. I transferred the funds into his account and he went and got it for me. Oh, sub 124060 at retail. That's the 41 mil. Amazing. So he's got that. Well, that's beautiful, man. That's absolutely beautiful. That's all I can say.
Archie, you uploaded a very important video day before. I want people to see that video. It's about the power of imagination and positivity. It is very important.
Yes. Yes. You
Because
think?
I followed this, right from how did I collect these day dates, at 15 years old I had 16233. So that was, I was following the same, formula which you tried to mention there on your video. First
Yes.
analyzed that, okay, this is the watch that I will one day get for myself. Same with pens. And at my
Yes.
age it was not easy to collect these things, but I still,
Hey.
yes.
Hey, let me say this to you. It was never easy at my age. You know what? I had 4 children. I raised 4 children, okay? 4 children, 4 boys. And I got to tell you, it's never easy for me. I never earned more than 70,000 Aussie, which, that sounds a lot of money. You go, oh, 70, but the cost of living in Australia is very high. A house is 600,000, 700,000 for a house in Australia. It's very expensive. And I got to tell you, visualization. Can I tell you something? Let me tell you this story, right? I'm not really superstitious, right?
Yes.
But when I went into pawn shops, I was trying to do video content. I was trying to see how low they would give me for my watch. Every time I did that, I ended up selling the watch. Because I put it out to the universe, hey, I want to sell this watch, and I ended up having to sell it. And I got to be honest with you, sometimes don't do that. It's very bad to do that. It's like people who say, I can never afford this. I'll never be able to. Well, just stop. You've just, if you make that the situation, that's what
You are
happens.
limiting yourself. You are just limiting yourself.
LC, $2. Is the devil responsible for TGV's rise to stardom? No, it's bought views. You can buy subscribers and viewers and views. That's it. That's all it is. Showcase watches, £1.80. Tricking AD is more satisfying than flipping bird. Wow. Let me tell you this, and that's what happened to me. I was in a swimming pool in Pattaya in 2004. And, the watch that was my grail, it could have been $1 million because I never had the money. That was the world time. You know what?
Yes.
I said, what watch do I want? I want the world time. That's what I want, is the world time. Guess what? It came.
You got it.
It came. It turned up. I managed to buy it down the track. Do you understand?
Right.
It's so spooky because I remember thinking, I don't want the platinum because that's ridiculous. I limited myself. And then I said, you know what? I'd want the white gold. And that was the one I got. I got the white gold. And then I sold that and got the yellow because I actually prefer the yellow, but that's another story. But what I'm trying to tell you is, if you think positive, it's not going to make it happen. You've got to also do hard work, have a bit of luck, and also you've got to be a bit tough. You can't let people walk all over you. You have to be... I don't think you need to be an asshole with everyone, but you need to be... If you get taken advantage of, you've got to stand up for yourself. That's what I'm saying. And I got to tell you, it's very, very... Hello, we've got Jamie Opulence. How are you,
Hello,
Jamie?
Jamie.
Yeah, good. All good, thanks. Good evening. Hi, Sad. I just wanted to tell you a quick story.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, yes, yes,
I've
yes.
got a
Very quickly,
story.
LA Meth Witch, morning Arch. Enjoy all the vids and the stream. LA Meth Witch. Go on, tell me the story, Jamie.
Yeah, I'm not going to stay on all night because my sleep pattern's
Yep,
horrendous of late.
yep,
But yeah, just you're talking about the when you manifest and the power of thought and the power of
yep,
belief and whatnot.
yep,
So my first ever watch was a prize. It was around 2015. There was we call it a spiff in the sales world. So the competition was the person who does a certain number of sales wins the prize,
yep,
which was the Hulk, Rolex Submariner, the Hulk. Um, and it was around 2015, and times weren't good,
yes,
and unfortunately I had to sell it. And it was really humiliating, going into what was effectively a pawn shop to sell it, and I remember it being sold for something like €4,500.
yep,
But I made a vow, a promise, one day I'll get it back. Right? That
yes,
that was that was the promise to myself. It didn't necessarily have to be that particular watch,
yes,
but I had to get a watch back.
yes,
And then, yeah, several years went by, and then I managed to get into the Rolex shop in Gibraltar, and that was when I bought the Datejust. So, yeah, it was just wanted to share it with you. It's sort of how the tables have turned. Obviously, it's horrific to know that particular watch. It's going like 16 grand, I believe. But when the times must, you've got to sell.
yeah, yeah. That's 100% right. It's I gotta tell you, I think the the thing is is that you've got to have some belief. I think sometimes, no matter how bad things get, I actually sold all my Rolexes off. Just very quickly, Jay Wright, $2. Who do I trust? Me, that's who. No, nice one, Arch. Great vid. Let me say this. I actually went through a very bad bit of depression, and my depression I have is reactional depression. Meaning there are people who are clinically depressed. They're like, you could be a millionaire and you still get depressed, right? I'm not like that. You give me you give me enough money, I will be eternally on a high. Okay, it's all money based. Okay, because I'm in sales. I'm a salesman, Jamie. Let me tell you something, Jamie. You don't believe you come here. You don't know. I was in sales. What happened to me? I was when I was 19, just before I turned 19. I was 18. I got a BMW, and I thought, how do I learn sales? Do you go to a course? What do you do? And I decided, what I would do every week. Friday afternoon, I'd go and test drive another luxury car and see how they tried to sell it to me.
Mm.
And that
Yeah.
was
Okay.
because the thing is, they wouldn't waste their time if you didn't turn up I turned up in a BMW. Say, look, I'm thinking about getting a Saab, a Mercedes, anything. I just wanted to see how they sold it to me. That's how I learned my selling techniques, right? Let me say this to you. One thing I will say to you is that I think success in life is a combination, okay? I think you cannot be lazy. You got to work your guts off.
Sure.
I know many brilliant people, more brilliant, more smarter than me, who are so lazy they can't get off the ground. The plane
Yeah.
never takes off. They've got the best. Okay, I
I,
think you
I
need.
have a cousin. There's a difference though. There's working your butt off, and my cousin does work his butt off.
Yes.
He's doing long hours, but he isn't a
Yes.
smart guy. He's running
No.
himself into the ground.
Yes, that's a very good point. I think you need to work hard. You need to also have some luck. When I
Mm,
say luck, we're talking timing, right? Say,
sure. Yeah.
like if you're in a certain market, it doesn't matter how good a salesman you are. If you're in recession, it's bloody hard to sell houses.
Sure. Sure.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Timing.
Or
Yeah.
after the property
Very true.
crash, the finance crisis, it's very hard to sell
Hmm.
houses when it's all just a. And I think you need to be pretty. I say ruthlessness. I don't think you should rip good people off, but I mean,
No.
if you are taken advantage of by other people, you need to stand your ground and let them know, I'm not going to fall for your
Yeah.
taking advantage of me.
And just
know?
repetition, like repeat the process again and again and again and again.
Well, this is the thing. This is, 80% of success is just turning up each day. You know, you've got to be consistent, push, 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 push. But I got to tell you, it's funny. I was just dreaming. I was saying, right, I want to get that world time, and I ended up getting it. That's why I don't want to sell it. Like now, I don't want to sell it because it actually means a lot to me. Because it was a goal. I remember I was in a swimming pool in Pattaya thinking, what would if I won $1 million, what would I buy? Any watch in the world I could have. I mean, within reason. I'm not talking a Richard Mille. I'm talking, and I thought the Patek World Time was so amazing because I saw ads for it. It was advertised in all the magazines. Like I was flying a lot then, and you'd see it in the Scandinavian. I used to fly SAS. And Singapore Airlines, you'd see it in their magazine, the World Time and Mike
just
M.
On the just quickly on, talking about visualizing and whatnot. This is my bedroom wall. My missus doesn't like this, but I've got it on the bedroom wall.
Sacrifice to get what you want. Sacrifice. I see.
And then that's the boat, So every day I see it, and then I've got it all set in the office.
The thing is, when I was a kid, grew up in the 80s. My dad, in the mirror where he used to shave every day, he used to have a little number 1. That was the thing. You had to visualize you were number 1. He had a number 1 there. And I admit it's a bit corny, but you've got to have some self-belief. I've learned that in life. If you don't have self-belief, so many people I've said to I went to school with this girl who was an excellent, she was English actually, redhead girl, Ladine. And she was an amazing singer because I did music. And she sang that Whitney Houston song, Saving All My Love. And I remember I was sitting next to, I can remember his name. His name was Miles Donovan. And we said, shit, she's just brilliant. This girl is brilliant. But she never took the singing career up. She could have been like a Madonna. You know what I mean? She was brilliant. She was beautiful. She was so, and years later, it was such a shame. I said to her, why didn't you go on with the singing? Wasn't that, she just wasn't, she didn't have belief in herself. You need to have belief in yourself because no one else will have belief in you.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you.
Let me get going.
Okay, man. It's great to chat to you.
I've got a similar.
I can see that boat coming to you. That boat is going to come.
Yeah.
And, I think the thing is you have these goals. Look, you tailor them. You tailor your goals to suit. And there's a lot of power in this visualization. I mean, I think you've also got to do hard work. It's not just one thing. You can't just say, I want this and it'll come. You've got to put the hard work in. If someone rips you off, you've got to sort of break, as I said, rip their throat out through their asshole. You need to, competitors come up to you, you rip their throat out through their asshole. You've got to be prepared to do that. Yeah. Otherwise, they will rip your throat out through your asshole, So you've got to be very, very strong. That's why I am so strong with the people who've double-crossed me on this channel. I'm very strong with making sure I don't give them oxygen. I don't give them oxygen. I do everything in my power to crush them. See, I take it so personally. Do you understand?
Yeah, of course.
Remember this. Winners do what losers aren't prepared to do.
Yeah.
Okay? There's many things winners, you're more successful than me, Jamie. You don't need to remember.
On par.
No, you're very successful.
I've got 20 years advantage.
Exactly.
How old are you? You're
I'm
50,
48.
48.
48. Nearly 50. But what I'm saying is...
You're actually quite young. 48's young.
I know.
Yeah. You look a lot older.
I got to tell you, I'm very fortunate in the sense I'm sort of semi-retired now. I do my show, talk watches, make a few
So
vids.
what does your day look? So you get up early, you do 3 hours on here, and then what? You got a whole day.
Okay, no. So what my day is? So I wake up about 7:30 normally. Today I had to take my wife to work, so I woke up at 6 o'clock. Okay, but normally I get out of bed 7:40. I don't want to wake up. I'm not one of these entrepreneurs who believes in waking up at 4 in the morning.
Right, me
No,
too.
sometimes I can't sleep. I'll get up early, but usually 8:40, 8 o'clock. I try and get out and be shaved. I take the kids to school about 8:15 because it's just up the road. I drive them to school.
Yeah.
I want to make sure they don't mix with scallywags, so we drop them there and pick them up.
I'll tell you a story about that.
Yes, and then I come back. It's 9 a.m. I start the broadcast. I broadcast for 2 hours usually. Then I take it easy, have lunch. If the wife's home, we go to lunch or have lunch at home. I've also made it so that once a week we have intimate sessions during the day.
Yeah, daytime's the best.
Yeah, she's not really keen on it, but I said to her, this is what I want in my life. I said, honey, I'm happy to buy you all the Cartier and all the Hermes you want.
Sure.
I want certain intimate privileges. That's it.
Sure.
That's the meaning of life for me. What is the meaning of life?
I tried towing that line with my wife, obviously heavily influenced by the recent conversations with your good self.
Yes.
And it wasn't met with a good response.
Yeah, you might be too successful, see.
Archie, you mentioned somewhere.
Opposite.
Sorry?
You mentioned. Sorry.
Sorry. Continue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, sorry. Go
So
on.
you mentioned somewhere that you got married because you like wholesale prices.
Yes, exactly. That's it. I don't know about you, Jamie, but I don't want to jerk off to porn in my room every day. I want to have a wife.
Sure.
That's what I want. I mean, what makes you happy? Some people want a Mercedes-Benz, or they want a Ferrari. I don't know. You got to work out what is it. My dad said something very positive to me. He said, you got to work out what you want and then strive to get it. Whether that's a Ferrari, a BMW, a Mercedes-Benz, or you want happiness, you want to go and join a missionary and save souls. Whatever it is you want to do.
You have to know where you're going and then just figure out how to get there.
Yeah. So anyhow, I do a bit of stuff. I go around the internet, look around. But you might say I'm just bludging, but it's actually market research for what videos I make. Make a few vids, pick the kids up after 3, come back. I try and do a walk with my wife every day about 4:30. Come back, make a few vids, then sometimes I procrastinate a fair bit, but then I'll have dinner, make a few vids. I normally go to bed. I exit my study about 9:30.
Is that a study where you are?
Yes, this is an outside room.
It's a study, yeah.
Yeah, so this room here, see, that's the house is in front of us. See the house? It's in a courtyard.
Okay.
See the courtyard?
Yeah.
So that's the house. So this is a separate.
Space.
See, what happened is this was my childhood home.
Nice.
My dad built this on to do tax returns because he was an accountant. He used to do accounting services. And this was his he didn't want clients going through the house.
Of course.
So this room is double brick. It's absolutely
Silent.
perfect. It's perfect. See,
You can
film.
You can be as loud as you want as well. I guess no one can hear you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, it's really. I love this house. I like it, and I got to tell you honestly, for me, what do I really want? I want to try and keep my health. I probably got the watches I want. Obviously, if I got an inheritance or a windfall, there's always a couple more to buy, but I'm basically okay. I want to buy a few more things for the wife. I'd like to get a nice car. And I don't need a Ferrari. That's not really my goal. Would like, I'd like even a Camry would be great. A nice new Camry is a beautiful, reliable, good car. I'm visualizing it now. It's going to be white. It's going to have a black interior, and it's just going to last forever. Okay, it's going to last 300,000, 400,000 kilometers because it's
to get these
Toyota.
super chats, they're piling up.
Super chats.
Okay,
yes.
There's a lot coming in.
The punters are coming in there. We did the LA Meth Witch. We did him. We did Jay Wright. Who do I trust? Me, that's who. Nice one, Arch. Great vid. Thank you. We got Mike, $5. Mike M. For the sake of the community, should Marcus give you back the 2 Rolex you bought him? Look, I don't really, I'm not really concerned with that, but I'm not going to be giving him free publicity to promote his channel. I'm not going to give him oxygen. I'm not going to let him suck up to my big donors. I'm going to lick the assholes of my donors myself. I don't need him to do it for me. I will lick the assholes of my big donors any day of the week. Any day of the week. That's fine. Horology, $5. I don't know if you noticed that. That's a Rolls-Royce Phantom steering wheel there.
Nice.
As his avatar.
It looks like ghost.
Oh, it looks like a ghost. There you go. It could be a ghost. Horology, $5. Shout out to the OG from Horology, Tim Wright and Drew Peacock. We will do live stream from the bar later. Cheers, Pontiff from New York City. Yep. Well, there you go. That's trying to sneak that in. $5 is. That's okay. He can sneak it in for $5. Showcase watches, £4.50. A cold bed. Hungry belly, determination, and lots of doubters are 4 things you need to keep your compass bearing. With these 4 things, failure isn't an option.
Yeah, sure.
It's a very, very good point that there. And we got Verada, Mr. Tudor to you, $5. Arch, be honest. Did you buy your wife a watch or ring first? Be honest. Well, actually, I tell you completely honest. For my wife, I got her that bracelet, that antique bracelet I've showed you. That's the bracelet I got for her. I remember saying to myself, if I can sleep with her, she'll get the bracelet. That was the deal. I said that in my mind. And I gave her the bracelet.
You didn't say it to her.
No, but I'm just telling you. That's what I reasoned. Yeah. Okay? Because she was a quality woman. You know, because you meet women who are trash. And then you meet women who are quality. You just know they're quality. You know,
my missus made me wait 1 month before we did anything.
Yes, you got a quality girl there.
But when we did, I was gagging. You know, it was fantastic.
Hey, that's incredible, Jamie. And look at how successful you've been. You're actually a nice guy. You know, I must admit. You know, you're a nice guy, honest guy. You're
humble
a good guy. He's a humble guy, very, very humble. And you admit your problems. Like I drove taxis. Jamie, you're talking about being down on your luck. I had to drive taxi cabs. Do you think that is hard? That is for someone to be so proud to then have to drive taxis. It knocks the stuffing out of you. You know, pride is one of the deadly sins. You know, pride, you know, you're just embarrassed to have to, believe you me. It's funny how before you have the fall, you're so arrogant. You realize how arrogant you are. Before you have a fall, you're a bit cocky and very arrogant. And then, bang, you think, oh.
That's when you get humbled.
And I got to tell you, Jamie, that's why I think it's good to be out of debt. to prevent these falls. It's be out of debt if you can. Definitely be out of debt.
It was during the pandemic, when it was really kicking off, you know, summer last year, we had something like 60 grand on the mortgage, and I was quite happy just paying it every month, keeping it cool.
Yes.
But I also had money in savings. I wasn't sure what was going to happen. Was my business going to fail? I said, do you know what?
Business exploded.
Do you know what? To my wife, I said, do you know what, babe? Let's just get rid of that mortgage. Let's clear it. You know, because that scares the shit out of me. Frankly speaking.
Yeah, I think it's a good tool. Debt is a tool. I'll be honest with you, Jamie. If I didn't have 87,000 in consumer credit, I would never have had this channel. I needed to get goods to have my show. I needed them. And I had faith in it.
One stage, several years ago, we had to borrow like 10 grand off my wife's mum.
Yes.
Yeah, because things, you know, trying to keep up with paying the rent and whatnot. But got her paid back, but it's just these pivotal moments where things could have really gone the other way. But perseverance.
100%. 100%. It's I think I think it makes you stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You know, I firmly believe it's. I was a real arrogant fucker. If I just had success, could you imagine how arrogant you'd be if all you had was success, success, success?
Mm.
You'd be arrogant, wouldn't you? You've got to
Yeah.
have some. You've got to experience pleasure. You've got to have some pain.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah.
you only have pleasure, you don't understand what pain. You know, you've got to have some of these.
I like to help my family as well at this stage, because
Yes.
a lot of these material things that we're buying, they're not really giving that much joy. It's sort of worn off. So, I'd like to,
Yeah.
for example, my nan, she's getting a new kitchen. I pop up and say, "Hey, Nan, I'm going to buy you your new fridge, cooker, dishwasher,
Ah, that's cool.
washing machine," things like that. And yeah, that's more meaningful than a Louis Vuitton bag.
Yeah, I tend to disagree with you there. I love
But it's
my
not
material.
it's not just a Louis Vuitton bag; it's another Louis Vuitton.
It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a lifestyle choice. And
Anyway,
know.
let me go.
Jamie, I love you. Take care.
I will go to bed, and you can put me to sleep.
And please visualize the boat. We're going to be on the boat. Listen to this. We're going to be sitting on the deck. Listen to this. Me and you are going to be, where would we go? We'll be in Greece, in the, that blue water, that clear water.
Yeah.
We'll
Santorini.
be having a glass of Johnny Walker Blue Label on the deck. We'll be drinking
What's
it,
the music?
sipping it. The music.
Lounge music.
No, we're going to have, I tell you what, we will just have some I like 60s.
We'll take up smoking for the evening. We'll get some cigars.
Oh, yes. We'll be on the boat, and we will be just discussing life and telling stories of being humble.
Yeah.
That'll be
Sounds
great.
good.
We'll do that. Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to have a great time. Okay, Jamie.
This time next year. This time next
later,
year.
Jamie. Thank you,
Cool.
sir.
Have a good evening, all.
See
Bye-bye.
you later. Jay Wright, £2. Get bottom right to top right and work him, Arch. Green Room, how are you?
Yeah, I'm not bad.
Bit of echo there, bit of feedback. What's going on there, man? Now, I got to tell you, Saad, we were talking before there, Saad.
Yes.
Yeah, visualization. See, Jamie's a very positive guy. Horology, $2. Just wanted to see if we could sneak it in there. No worries at all. That was very, very cool.
Got $20 super chat.
$20 super chat. Justin Volcroft, $20. What's the story behind the Omega Louis brand? Worth buying. The Omega Louis brand. Have you ever heard of that there?
No.
Do you know the story?
No.
I think it's a perpetual calendar, isn't it? It's a perpetual calendar from memory. I'll just see if I can call this up here. I got to be totally honest with you. I never really liked them. Never really liked them. Just call it up. Here we go. Share screen. Share screen. Share screen. Here we go. There we go. It's a perpetual calendar. So you can buy these for about 14,000 Aussie. So it's about 10,000 US. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure whether I think it's a very dated looking sort of watch there. Here we go, Essential Watch. What does they say about the limited editions? It's the Louis. Oh no, that's just their listing. There's not much about this here. The Louis brand. It's a perpetual calendar. 25 years ago, Omega did a limited edition. Here we go. This is from the Omega forums. Here we go. They did the Louis Brandt. Look at this. The Louis Brandt wristwatch based on Omega of the day. These were all chronographs with moon phases, automatic winders in 18 karat with high quality straps. I've never seen posted. Yeah. They're cheap. They're certainly cheap for what you get. I don't know if I would say I would really want to buy one. I kind of think the styling on it there, it's kind of like an AP lookalike or a Patek lookalike. It's kind of, yeah, worth buying. I think they're a bit dated, and they're going to be horrendously expensive to service. You know this, don't you? They're going to be dear. That's what they are going to be, is expensive to service.
Isn't Rolex Cellini better than this?
Well, Cellini, they don't really have a perpetual calendar, but do they?
They have this moon phase
Yeah,
only.
but that's just a moon phase. They did a triple date years ago on the 8171. I actually photographed one when I was living in Thailand, but that was a triple date. That wasn't a perpetual. I don't know. Do I think it's worth buying? I'd rather buy a JLC. Personally, I would buy, if you want a perpetual calendar, I reckon JLC would be where I'd be going. It's not a terrible watch. Bit dated. It's not really unless you really want one. If you really want one, that's okay. But for me, it's not really my cup of tea. Mike M, $5. Archie, I know nothing about watches, but have mad Bing search skills. Can you buy me 50,000 Canadian in Rolex? There we go. Thank you, Mike M. Tell me what's happening, Green Room. What have you been buying? What are you doing now with yourself?
Well, look, I'm lusting after a mill gas.
You missed out on that one.
Well, it's still on hold.
Have you rung them up and said, hey, what's the go?
No, I haven't. Should I ring them up and just say I'm ready to go?
Yeah.
It's been on hold for a while now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's worth a phone call, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, Super Rodent, $2. True Sadness is Marco alone at the computer. Yeah, well, look. Hey, I don't really want to talk too much about that guy there. You know, competitors come and go. Remember that. Competitors come and go. That's just how the business end of this deal is. That is how the business end is.
Archie,
Visualization. Sorry.
yes, I was looking at my Daytona dial of my Daytona through loop, 10x loop, and I found a very small hairline scratch on the dial. Does it matter?
Look, everything matters, but probably not that. What are you going to do about it? You know, who did it? You know, it is what it is, you know? I wouldn't worry too much about it. What can you do about these things? I mean, that's it. It is what it is, you know? I don't think it really matters. I mean, it's best not. That's why you should try and entrust your stuff to good service people. You don't want to get nasty people working on it because they do stupid things like that. But hey, that's how it is. That's how it is. How old is that watch there?
2006, I believe. 2006, 2000. It's old.
It's quite a while ago. It's quite a while ago. Yeah, I don't. You probably had half a dozen owners since new. Yeah, you can't really pin it on anyone there, but
and that stupid watchmaker didn't even align the edged, the laser edge coronet on 6 o'clock. I was looking at it, couldn't find it. It was on 2 o'clock. It isn't aligned even.
What's that? Sorry, the crown on what? On the glass.
On the glass. Yes, it's not at 6.
So you didn't get it serviced by Rolex, I take it.
No.
Why's that?
I thought I don't use steel watches that much. This is my actually maybe 4th or 5th time I'm wearing it. So
I think sometimes you got to be a bit careful. I've had a few I don't know. Sometimes with vintage, I wouldn't take vintage to Rolex. But a lot of the modern stuff, I'd probably get my Patek serviced by Patek because I think, you know, I don't know. It's a tricky one. Would you get your Rolexes serviced by Rolex? I don't know. It's a tricky thing. I mean, you've got to look at this situation,
You know, my father is a perfectionist, so he always wants Rolex to polish his, watches and service them. Timekeeping should be correct, plus minus 2 to 4 seconds a day, that kind of things. For me, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
No, I know. I'm a bit the same too. I like a bit of value. Otherwise, it's very expensive, you know. And Rolex, they can also, if you send subs in there, like tritium, they'll change hands and things like that. You've also got to be careful too. They're not perfect. You know, they will do things that you don't want done.
Another super chat.
GB, $2. Would you take a 16800 to a Rolex service center? So 16800, that's the first Sapphire. It's a transitional. They're normally about 1985, 1986 vintage. No, I think you'd be better off getting that serviced by an independent who specializes in vintage Rolex. Now, with the 1680, the ones that are worth more money are the ones without the white gold rings around the indices, because that is very similar to the 1680 dial. So that's better without the white gold indice. They're more desirable. So I certainly, a 1680, I'd probably get it from a good independent who specializes in vintage servicing. Showcase watches, £1.80, green room, AC3 definition of GIMP box punishment.
You got another one.
And here we go. We got another super chat. Lapo, 76, $17. Arch, I am moving back to Italy next week, and I have 2 Rolex watches and a Speedy to take back with me. Any advice on traveling with multiple watches? When he says he's moving back to Italy to live, or he's just going there for a trip, I don't quite get that.
Moving back,
To live.
yes.
So I would probably post the boxes to yourself and just carry the watches through, one on each wrist and one in your pocket. That's probably what I would do. And if the wife is going with you or someone else, you could put one watch on their wrist. That's how I would probably do that. Yeah, that's probably the way to do it, I would say. So if you're going for a holiday, I would only take 2 watches maximum. I wouldn't take more than that. It's even for Thailand. I know a guy in Thailand who went to England for a holiday, and he's a watch collector, vintage watches. He took 4 watches with him. So he took it he lived in Thailand. He took them to England. When he came back, he got nabbed by customs. And he said these watches were they wanted proof. He had no proof. He had to pay 1 million baht to get them back. Very nasty. Okay, we've got the link for JJ. JJ's coming on. And there we go. Put the link in for JJ. But I got to tell you, man, it's a tricky one. Do you get them serviced by? I think you got to find a good watchmaker. The problem is in Pakistan, you got many watchmakers who aren't so good.
True. Totally.
They're very cheap, but they're shitty. Many things cobbled together. Believe you me, Pakistan's one of the worst places to get pre-owned watches because they just muck around with them. They don't really know what they're doing.
But you get to find some very rare watches. The owners, they don't know about them. For example, Comex Submariner, they don't know about it. Tiffany dials.
Yes.
And they sell it
point.
to you, at very cheap prices.
Yes. JJ, how are you?
Archie, my child, what happened to the Church of Plastic?
The friendship is over. The excommunication has begun. He was unfaithful to the pontiff. he questioned my word of judgment and sin. He shall rise in the Dalmatian of the Church of Plastic.
Don't doubt the scratch between 5 and 6. Can we have an excommunication? How much would the super
It
chat
can be polished out with a shiny wheel. It can be fixed for less than $300.
So can we get the straight arch? Is plastic a false prophet? Can we get the word? What's the word in the Church of Plastic?
I gotta tell you, the friendship's over. It's over. That's it. I haven't heard from him in a couple of days, so the video went up. That's it. End of another friendship.
You
How
missed
much-
the extra strap.
How much? Yeah, we already know about the extra strap. Archie didn't learn his lesson from the last deal he tried to make, so he
Yeah,
wanted
no,
to
so
make
the
another.
strap, I actually paid $731 for the strap. I was going to give it to him for 631 Aussie.
Archie, I
which
got
is a
one
bargain.
question. One question.
Yeah.
How much is it going to cost? Because everything's, the bottom
Yeah.
line we're talking about.
Yeah.
How much to have a video with Bobby G excommunicating plastic?
Bobby G. Who's
Bobby Google.
G?
Bobby
Bobby
Google.
Google.
Marcus, yes.
Oh, he wants to excommunicate.
No, he does.
plastic.
This is all my idea. I don't even know if
Oh.
he'll do it, but I want to know what's it going to take? What's the price?
Oh, I'd say $100.
$100. I think I could make that happen.
$100.
I have to
Yeah.
see about this.
Yeah. And we got Horology. How are you? I haven't been
Hey,
on
Chris.
before, have you?
Going on, Art? Yeah,
you
popped my
can-
cherry on the Archie show.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen you on there before. Just quickly get these super chats. Sirocco sales, $5. Arch, that's a great Dalek impersonation. Thank you. And we got showcase watches, $1.80, £1.80. Guys, you got to read Luxury to Last reviews. Best bit. Thank you. How are you, Horology? How do I know you, Horology?
You'd probably see me around maybe on some chats, or I've been watching you for a long time. I watched you way back, Arch. I was still living in Asia, and I was watching your stuff.
Now, that light in the back there, how do we turn that off? That light is really annoying.
You turn the light
The
off
other
in the
side.
background. It's annoying. I'll have my assistant do that.
So you want lights in front of you, not behind you.
Right? Yeah. Well, I'm in a hotel in Times Square right now, so I don't have my.
Well, so what country in Asia were you living?
I lived most of my time in the Philippines. I spent a year in China, but I was based out of the Philippines. But I've been to every country.
What sort of work were you in?
I had a business over there, so I had a company, business process outsourcing, BPO industry, and
Yeah,
I
that's
also
where
had a
the
sales
growth-
company over there. Represented a bunch of companies in Southeast
Beautiful.
Asia.
So tell me this: you lived in the Philippines, the land of plenty, and what are you doing back in America now? Times Square.
I've still got a couple houses over there. Just just time to spend some time on this side of the world. I've got a young child in school, and stuff like that. My wife needs a real passport. It's very difficult.
I thought you were hitching up with that guy in the background there.
No, I'm 150% heterosexual for sure.
Okay, no
Yeah,
worries.
there's
No,
zero
we
chance of that.
we do love gay men, but I
Oh,
understand.
no problem with gay men. It's
What
just
sort of
not,
watches do you have?
I don't know. I
man.
like steel sports. It kind of fits my, lifestyle. So I've got a lot of the steel sports. I flew out here to New York to actually pick up a GMT that I've been wanting for a while. So that's what I'm wearing today. Pepsi.
Oh,
on the
beautiful.
meteor
You got it from a
now.
dealer?
Yeah.
AD at retail?
No, it's pretty impossible to get retail. So.
Yeah, I know.
I just, I've always wanted the Pepsi, but I just refuse to pay 20 grand for a steel watch. So why not just get the precious metal and
I just
Go
realized
away.
something. I'm sorry to
Yes.
interrupt you, Chris.
Yes.
Yeah,
I just seen somebody walk by behind you, and I just
Yeah,
realized who that was.
yeah, I've got a photographer taking a picture of some of my pieces that I brought, to
Wow.
do some photography.
Wow, that's so cool, man. And I got, who is that guy going backwards, JJ?
I think you know him. He's a friend of yours.
Okay.
Well, he was a friend of yours.
They're asking about my photographer.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't hear, can you?
No, that's good. We'll just leave it that way there, I gotta tell you, I gotta tell you there, It's
I think his name is Jim.
yeah, Jim. I gotta tell you, seriously, I got a friend of mine who did the AD thing. He had to spend $250,000 Australian. That's about 200 US to get a Pepsi steel.
Yeah,
okay.
it's not worth it. You know, it's not worth it. I'd rather just.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
I think you're better off just paying the money. 20 grand for a Pepsi, just pay it.
Yeah, I think the premium on this is a little more tolerable than the premium on, say, a
But they're
Panda.
expensive to start with. They're expensive. Like, they're
Yeah,
look,
retail's
you gotta-
40 on this. US.
Yeah, that's. The only thing is, I find the white gold ones, are they usable? Do you think they're that usable? Like they do, that you know, gold is soft. It's heavier than steel, but it's not stronger than steel. You do realize that, don't you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I wear all my watches. I wear a root beer version of this in solid rose. I put the first scratch in this already. You know, watch is meant to be worn, so
Yeah.
I don't worry. I don't sweat that stuff.
Yeah, but I think you gotta. It's good to buy some. The unfortunate thing is these watches are becoming so out of reach to the average consumer. They really are out of reach. They're no longer, you know, a middle class guy. If he put his heart to it, he could get a Submariner. He could get a GMT he could even get a Daytona if he worked really hard. But those days are long gone. Those days, unfortunately, are really gone, and it's kind of sad for the hobby.
Yeah, it is. I mean, especially people that
Look at Green
legitimately-
Room here. He's got no chance. He's wearing Salvation Army clothes to try and save frantically to get a watch. We spoke about a Milgauss. It's already sold. Gone. Just gone. And you know, that's kind of how it is. That
Another
is
super chat.
how it is. Here we go. We got a super chat from Tanzeal. Tanzeal, $5. AC3, I just got my message from Horology's photographer saying, "Dear Archie Donor, I'd love for you to join my Patreon. Help keep me full-time on YouTube." Thank you. Tanzeal, great sense of humor. I got to tell you, so you swing both ways. You've got another man in your hotel room.
No, definitely don't. Only swing one way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why is he
just-
there? Can I ask you, why is he there? Why do you need him?
He's taking pictures for me. He's doing some pictures of my pieces, and he's a really good
Charges
videographer.
you?
So
He
I,
charges you, or he does it for free?
there's a confidentiality clause in our contract, so I have to
Yeah.
get permission to release that. But I'm making some videos. I have some ideas, videos for the hobby, and New York's
Yeah.
a good shooting location. And instead of trying to hire a videographer that doesn't know anything about watches, this guy knows a little bit about watches, and I thought it would be
That's a good
just
idea.
a good fit for the.
Because I
good
think now that his channel's gone down the toilet, he is desperately looking for any paid gigs that pay.
Yeah, I don't know anything about his financial situation, but his video skills are very good. So, and he's a nice
Yeah.
guy. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah, they're all nice guys. I mean, they're all nice guys. I mean, they said the same thing about Adolf Hitler. He was a really nice guy, you know. Just don't use the showers, you know.
It's only
look,
a shower.
I got to tell you seriously, yeah, that's great. You've got a few watches. You got the heavy hitter. JJ, what do you think of this guy here? Heavy hitter. What do you reckon,
Oh, Chris.
JJ?
No, Chris is cool. He's been on a bunch of times. Archie's from Vegas. You don't remember Chris?
Yeah, I do.
I've never been on the Archie show. I've done some super chats, but never been on the
Right.
show.
Yeah.
Right. He's been
Yeah.
around.
I got to tell you, if you were, you're American, aren't you, Chris?
I am, yeah.
Where would you live in America? Like, where is the sweet spot? Like, I'm talking, you could go fly over state is really cheap, but you got no, it's kind of cultural desert, right? Where is the sweet spot in America that's not too dear, but not too Alabama? Where is the
Well,
sweet spot?
You're talking to a guy who loves being an expat and is really only in this country right now I have strategic reasons for being here, but I love to be somewhere else. I love to be anywhere else but here.
Yeah.
So I would say, well, I chose Vegas because of the weather. And you know, I grew up in a lot of snow, and I vowed to myself I never want to see snow again unless it's on television. So Vegas is pretty cheap, good value for the money.
You're still $500,000 for a house.
Yeah, but you get a pretty good house for $500,000. Well, the market's gone crazy this year, so I paid just over $500,000 for 4,800 square feet like 3 or 4 years ago. So that's pretty good value.
$5. Arch, I'm leaving on the 13th for a vacation to Santa Fe, New Mexico, taking the Rolex Explorer. Life is good. Every man needs a Rolex. How many Rolexes do you have, Horology?
3, 4, like 6 or 7, 6 maybe.
Just rattle them off. Rattle them off. What do you own? Tell me what you have. Rattle them off.
OG Black Sub.
Solid gold rupiah.
The Hulk. I've got the Batman, the OG Batman on the Oyster.
Solid gold rupiah.
Solid gold rupiah. Now the GMT Meteorite. What else do I have? I've got a Vacheron Constantine chronograph, overseas chrono, and I'm
Gen 2 or Gen 3?
The current gen, Gen 3. And I'm soon to acquire a dual time. Both of those are AD experiences, and they really. I have to give them credit. They treat me good. I'm just a normal guy. I'm just an average Joe, and they, I don't have to wait.
Just your everyday millionaire with 300,000 in Rolex, JJ. I like these average Joes, don't you? Average Joe with a meteorite. Green room. What do you think of our average Joe here? What do you think, average Joe? Green room.
I really like that meteorite dial.
Is he average? Is that an average guy, or that's pushing the word average a bit?
I think that's pushing it maybe a little bit. Choose that guy in the background. Let's go full screen.
I wouldn't say he's average. I would say he's approachable.
He's your average. He's your average Decker. Average Decker.
He's
average
doing well.
Decker millionaire. Super Rodent $2. Horology. Embarrassing to be in a bar with Tardo Tim. And we've got Bud the Stud. $5. Respect to the Pontiff, the OG of all this business. Now, by the way, I really don't understand why Anthony Fair did not apologize for calling Bud a liar. That's what I want to know, because he hadn't refunded the money until I put the video up and they checked and they realized that Bud was right. So does he give Bud an apology for being a Viking douchebag?
I can ask him for you if you'd like.
Yeah, I would like. Are you friends with him?
No, we were supposed to have lunch yesterday, but that got postponed and had to be rescheduled. But
yeah,
I'll have lunch with anybody once.
Are you going to Nick and Sam's?
No, that's in Dallas, right? So I'm in New York.
Showcase watches, £1.80. Ask photographer what 7750 is. Yes, that's very hilarious. I gotta tell you guys, seriously, let me say this to you. This is not your average guy. This is a super rich guy. You are well done, by the way. How old are you?
Mid-40s.
Mid-40s. You've done, except he's done well, JJ. What do you think?
Oh yeah, yes he has.
I mean, Green Room, would that be possible if you had your own Jim's mowing franchise to own that sort of stuff? What do you think, Green Room?
Gee, I don't know, Arch. I don't know. It's a tough question. I don't know if I could do it.
It's been a long road coming, Arch. You know what I mean? I went to Asia like 15 years ago with a divorce decree and like $2,500 in the bank. You know what I mean? So nothing was handed to me. I've got a lot of miles on me for mid-40s. You know.
Man, that's fantastic. Got a lot of life. I got to tell you, yeah, I kind of had the same tragedies. You know, I've had the same. But good on you. I'm glad to see you punching way above your weight there. You don't take, remember, winners do what losers aren't prepared to do, and you are winning. You're winning, which is, it's a really cool thing. Tell me this, any paddocks?
No, but I looked at one yesterday. We looked at a few. Actually, the guy I got this from.
What did you look at?
Oh man, we looked at
A Nautilus and an
Perpetual,
Aquanaut. Let me
yeah,
guess.
Nautilus.
Yeah, but
Perpetual.
why is it that someone like you? Okay, I got the only criticism I have, Horology. You've got all the look at me, look at me, look at me stuff. Is there anything there you actually love? Does it have to be look at me?
No, because it's what I love. It's all I don't buy this. Nobody notices.
That's what these people
this
say.
shit, you know?
It's like Anthony. I mean, the guy's got he's so shallow, it's not funny. He doesn't just buy things he loves. He doesn't really know much about anything. It's just the flexing and the cool shit. I mean,
well, I don't have anything with gemstones, no rainbows. I mean, I have friends that do the rainbow stuff, but that doesn't speak to me. I love every watch that I bought it because it haunted me. Like it kept me awake at night. I couldn't stop thinking about it. It's like the girl that you lust after for the longest time. The difference between the girl and the watch is the watches don't disappoint me. Like they when you finally get the girl, sometimes it's like, man, I lusted after this for months for what? It's the climax is over, but with the watch, it still continues to speak to me.
Tanzeel, $5. Archie, are you sucking up to Artem's big donors right now? Will you be able to sleep tonight after learning about Horology's collection? I gotta say, I admit he's got some nice pieces there. I'm just sad that you don't have like a perpetual calendar. Instead of these look at me sort of stuff, I'd like to see like a world time in there.
All in due time. I really liked what we saw. So many beautiful watches. The problem is like the ones I want, like the Nautilus. I mean, it's just but the markup is just ridiculous on the secondary market.
Why do you want the Nautilus? Why wouldn't you get like a perpetual calendar or something? That's the question I have there.
Yeah, maybe Vacheron.
I think it's maybe because you don't have much substance to your collection. You're just full of shit. Like most show-offs who collect that sort of fucking garbage, you just think your shit doesn't stink. You think you're wonderful, and you buy fucking things that are nothing really. They're just fucking tacky and classless. That's what I think. You think you're cool in a black t-shirt. Well, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? You're a middle-aged fucking man, for God's sake. You're not fucking 25-year-old, are you? You're not the $5 million man. Your ego might be that big, but let's be honest with you. Do you fucking like any of these things, or it's just look at me, look at me, look at me? That's what I don't understand.
I love all.
There's absolutely no substance. Absolutely no substance.
I love all the pieces I have.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. I kind of, I see these people who buy these things and they just really have no understanding of the Maison or anything like that. They're just into whatever everybody thinks is desirable they want.
Yeah, well, I mean, the pieces I wear, they fit my lifestyle. The sports watches just fit my lifestyle.
But how could it be? You're an overweight middle-aged man. What the fuck does an overweight middle-aged man wear? Is that your lifestyle? Eating fucking ribs and wings? Is that the fucking lifestyle of a fucking heart attack? That's the only fucking lifestyle I see here. Yeah. Jesus Christ! What lifestyle is this?
That's it.
You're gonna give yourself a heart attack. Your lifestyle? What the fuck is a lifestyle watch? JJ, what's a lifestyle watch?
What? I'm sorry.
What's a lifestyle watch, JJ?
It's the same collection.
I don't know. What do you mean? Sorry, I was reading something, Archie.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Mr. $2. Hi, guys. Hello, guys. That's great. And we've also got, what else do we got here? That's it. We got Van Lux, $2.80. Read his soul. Well, I just think myself, he's a nice guy. I like Chris. He's a beautiful man. He's a lovely guy. But, there's just some of these guys who buy all this shit. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. They're just, look at me. Look at me. They like their lifestyle. What the fuck does a 45-year-old waiting for a heart attack have a lifestyle? I mean, fuck me, Dad. Don't fucking, I just don't understand this shit. It's just crazy. Crazy, man. You know, I kind of like people who like things that aren't really popular because they've actually studied the history on them. I mean, that's what kind of like in Vacheron, the Patrimony, the fucking overseas, they were dog shit. They started off as the Phoebus and the 222. They were ugly as sin. And you know, the only people who buy that shit now are people who can't get a Nautilus or an Aquanaut. They just want to be has-beens, you know? That's all they are. But why don't you get a Patrimony? That's a beautiful watch. Or a 1921. That's an absolutely cracker.
There's
plenty of time and plenty of time to grow the collection.
Yeah.
You can't have it all at once, you know. You gotta savor the
Just
moment.
gotta go for the hot stuff to make yourself look really cool with the lifestyle. You're middle-aged, for fuck's sake. This isn't the Philippines you're in here. This is America.
Super chat.
You say it's attention-seeking, but nobody notices this stuff unless they're into watches.
Racing R, $5. Chris is TPG lifestyle type of person. Yeah, I tend to think that's possibly true. William Money, $5. How much did Chris pay for the Meteorite GMT? Yeah, how much did you pay, Chris?
I bought it right.
What is right?
You know the market.
I don't know the market. We're asking you. It's your lifestyle.
I'd rather not say.
Okay. Well, why don't you fuck off then, Chris? I mean, what do we need you here for if you're not going to tell us what you paid for it?
I don't know, Arch.
I don't know. You tell me. What do we need you for if you're not going to tell us? We're amongst collectors here. Why won't you tell us what you paid for it? Is that such a secret?
60,000.
Okay. There you go. 60,000.
Yep.
Here we go.
What's
Next one
retail
here.
on that? I don't even know what retail is.
About
on that.
40.
39.9 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, 60's okay. I mean, what are you going to do? That's a hard to get watch. Verado, Mr. Tudor, to you, $10. Don't hold back, Arch. You can buy any Rolex you want on grey market, new or old. I give more credit on an AD purchase. I give more credit on an AD purchase. Has more pull. Thank you. And we got Tanzil, $5. Nautilus, GMT, Daytonas were very popular for a while. Back then, people never wanted them. The same watches today aren't gonna last forever. Hard to say. I mean, I like the Meteorite dial. I think it's a beautiful watch. The only problem I have with the Meteorite dial is the douchebags who buy it. You know? It's like sort of the punter who buys a Mercedes SL. By the time they can afford the SL, they're about 65 and they're a retired dentist. It's not the cool, young, hip crowd, is it? Does that make sense?
I want to know what happened to the photographer. Where'd the photographer go? He left when it got hostile. He left.
I think he's doing some macro shots over there.
Yeah, well, I got to say it's a great collection there. How long you been in watches for? Tell me this, Chris. How long have you been in watches?
Well, I've always had a love for watches. I've had a lot of what people would consider shitters, but it's only been about maybe 5 years that I've been serious in it because I didn't really have the means.
First decent watch. What's your first decent watch?
I bought a two-tone GMT at the AD in Amsterdam. The black dial, the original two-tone GMT. Yeah, that was the
ceramic or pre-ceramic?
Ceramic.
That's a great watch.
Yeah, it's a great one.
That's got the green 24-hour hand. It's a beautiful watch.
Exactly.
Tanzil, $5. AC3. These guys were never around when the Explorer 2 was wanted over the GMT. You tell them that was ever the case, they won't. You tell them that was ever the case, they won't believe you. Yeah, that's about right. And PG, $5. Arch, what Patrimony do you like best? I got to tell you, I love the Patrimony with the sub-seconds. I think the Patrimony, just the way the dial is done, is incredible. It's about 40 mil. It's got a It's kind of got the way they do the dial is just incredible. I'll just call it up. Let me call it up there. I mean, that's what I'd get in Vacheron, a Patrimony, man. They're just absolutely gorgeous. You know what I mean? If you're going to have respect for the brand, that's what I would be buying. You got to go back to the traditional. I mean, this overseas, they were pretty ugly. You know, they just weren't. I don't know. I didn't think Vacheron really did sports watches well. That's kind of my criticism of them. But a Patrimony, amazing watches. You know. Do you ever go out to a nice meal where they don't have fries with that?
Yeah, I don't eat shit like that.
Okay, that's good. You got a lot of. The Philippines is a great place to be. That's a great place. You've got a lot of nice food over there. I tell you what.
Jollibee.
Yeah, you know, Arch, the thing about being a little overweight, that's a temporary condition, you know, that can always be fixed. I mean, I've been in good shape in previous phases of my life, you know, so that can always be fixed, you know, so that's not a problem.
Sure, I was only just picking bones at you. I didn't even think you looked fat, to be completely honest with you, but...
Well, I could lose a few pounds, you know, but...
This is the narcissistic lifestyle. See, notice with the narcissists, they always turn the conversation back to themselves, even if they're talking about negatives. Did you notice that?
Archie, what do you think about Vacheron Constantin Mark Chagall?
What, sorry? Vacheron Constantin, say it again, what model?
Mark Chagall, MARK CHA
Yeah.
GGAL, I think. I don't know the spelling correctly.
No, nothing's coming up. Nothing's coming up
space, there. There should be a space between. Yeah, the first one.
Oh. That's yeah, I'm not...
This is all hand enameled.
Yeah, it's enameled, isn't it? Yeah, it's probably not my cup of tea. $20 from Rez, $20. Watch Wizard feels better. Beautiful. Rez, we're really happy about that there. Showcase watches, £1.79. Chris is cool. He's not cracked after the soul reading. And the Wizard, $10. Hello, Pontiff. Wizard, you can jump on and we will just wish him send him our best regards.
The Wizard should be home by now. The Wizard should be home.
I tell you what you should buy. I tell you what, I would buy this. If I were you, Chris, get a 1921. This is fucking gorgeous. Look at this. And this is one of the Wizard's favorite watches. Look at this, Chris.
Get the platinum. Oh, it's platinum.
I got the Wizard is on the phone. The Wizard is here. Wizard.
Look at
Are
this.
you okay?
Look who it is. All right. Oh man.
Hey man, are you okay?
I'm okay, Pontiff.
Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, it's my first day back home.
This is the first live show you've done since you got back?
Got a huge scar.
Oh, man.
And I figure what better way than to go on the Pontiff's channel to say hello.
Man.
Get well soon.
Thank you.
Man, you get well. Just take it easy, man. We love you. We were worried about you.
Thank you. I highly appreciate all the well wishes from everyone.
I was really worried, you know.
I went in for a stent and ended up with a quadruple bypass.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear the only thing that's died was that terrible live stream you went on the other day.
Not the other day, so a while back, because I was been in the hospital 9 days.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. This was from the hospital. You did a stream from the hospital.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe pre-op.
That was before. Yeah, it was before he went under.
Oh,
yeah, pre-op.
Yeah, no. Chris, I got to tell you, see, even our Wizard here, our friend, the Wizard, he's actually very, very into Vacheron. We're trying to
I know Stefano. Stefano, we know each other. How you doing? Good to see you, Stefano.
Nice to see you. Well. Nice to see you, buddy. Oh, I love that.
Now, do you notice there's a left hand and a right hand one of these? Look at this. What do you reckon? Is that... We're trying to give Chris some class because he's gone for all the show off. Look at me.
He's got some nice things, Pontiff.
I'm trying to say, what would you get here? See, he's got an overseas coming. I reckon you cancel that, and you get a 1921. Okay.
I would agree with you 100% on that.
In fact, Wizard's got the platinum coming.
Yep.
That's the platinum with
Used
the blue.
only. I can only get a used.
Why can't you get that, Chris? Why can't you? That's what you want to buy. That's beautiful. I tell you, and I got to tell you, instead of that meteorite dial, I would have got a Lange 1. This is what you buy one of these.
There it is, right there.
I'd get the Lange 1 with the moon phase one. Look at this, Chris.
That's
this
gorgeous.
This is what you want to get, man. One of these. Look at that. Why didn't you get
That
one
is
of those?
gorgeous.
Nice.
That would leave that meteorite dial for dead.
You know, meteorite dial. You know, you got to be a space jammer to get into that. I personally love this.
And we
That's
got
all
Kelly.
class.
Look at this. Kelly's in the
Kelly!
stream now.
Hello, Kelly.
Hey.
Hold on one second.
Hey, Kelly. We're just trying to improve Chris'
Horology.
collection. Yeah.
Where's your
horology.
nice root beer, buddy?
Yes.
Where's that gorgeous
solid
it's
gold.
here. It's here. Yeah, I brought it with me.
Yeah, I
Super
got to
chat.
tell you, what would here we go. We got another super chat here. Super chat. Jay Wright, £2. Long live the wizard from Manchester, England. You betcha. Please, guys,
Thank
keep
you.
these super chats. These mean a lot to the wizard. He really appreciates the super chats for his health. Remember,
JJ.
it's
Hello,
visualization.
hello, my
It makes
man.
him better. Toyota Mo, $5. Great to see the wizard. Chris, it's an honor to be ripped by the pontiff. Thank you there, Chris. Great guy. I got to tell you, man, it is really fantastic to have you on the show there. I just
Thank you,
think,
Pontiff.
honestly, we got to get Chris to just, I would be saying, Chris, get a Lange. Instead of that meteorite dial, you could get a Lange for half of what you paid for the meteorite dial. Wouldn't that be cooler, Chris?
Yeah, I need a moon phase, so maybe that'll be the one.
It's very non-committal how he says that. You know, that's like,
Well,
you know
Chris
how you
is
meet
a very
school.
hard worker.
You
He
know
has
how
a-
you meet a friend from school or an ex-girlfriend and she says we must catch up, but you know it'll never happen. He said it the same kind of way. You know in that song Taxi, Harry, keep the change. You know.
I think we missed the super chat, Arch. Let me see.
Yeah, we missed the super chat. Jay Wright, long live
No,
the wizard
got
from
that one.
Manchester. Toyota Mo, Chris, it's an honor to be ripped by the Pontiff. And we got Bud the Stud. Welcome, Chris. Pontiff rips everyone when he hears such a collection. It's a compliment.
You got Raw of the Tiger all the way up by Finchy. I think you missed that section there.
Raw of...
Above the Wizard, above all
Okay,
that.
we've got Frank. Good to see you back and strong, Wizard.
Up more, like four
Wizard,
more up. 4 more up from
Rez,
that.
Rez.
Up,
we've got
up.
Roar of the Tiger, $2.
Hey.
Archie's vision of the American dream. IV. And we've got Finchy, £1.80, which was in the Avatar. Chris, good drive. Yeah. Saad said it was a ghost, a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, it's a ghost. Yeah, it's a ghost. It's kind of an old man's car, you know. I bought
You
it
have
from
a
a friend of
ghost?
mine. Yeah, I bought
do
it
you
from a
find
friend
the
of
ghost?
mine, and it's all right. It's one of those cars, you know, that it's just.
What year is your ghost?
It's a 2016.
And this is in the
So-
Philippines or in America you've got
No,
it?
no, in America. You wouldn't drive a ghost in the Philippines.
Well, you got 3 super chats.
No, you know what you call a, you know what you call a ghost is a foreigner in Manila with a death wish because he turns out to, yeah. So you've got a ghost. What color?
It's black, all black.
Wow, you love it?
It's a nice car. You know, it's beautiful. It's a hand-built car. You know, it's unique, but it's not my favorite car.
What's your favorite car?
You know, I'm gonna catch shit for this, but I absolutely love the Tesla. I just love it. It's faster than all the other cars that I've ever had. You know, it's quicker.
Yeah.
and I'm
Holy
you know in the
shit.
Philippines I had
didn't
drivers.
realize.
So,
Hey, hang on a minute, Chris. I want to offer my apology. I didn't realize you had a ghost. I'm sorry.
yeah, no
There we
worries,
go.
brother.
Yeah, I didn't realize you had a ghost. You've actually got a ghost. Holy shit. That's so cool. I love the ghost.
How do you think he affords such expensive photographers, Arch?
Yeah.
Chris is a very hardworking man.
Yeah, I love the ghost. The ghost is because I think the Phantom's too fat. You know what I mean? It's too big.
Yeah,
They both got that V12 BMW engine in them,
yeah.
but how have you found that? Or you don't
Yeah,
put high Ks on it. You don't do.
You know,
high Ks.
it's not a car that you high speed corner in. You know, it's definitely it's not a performance car. It's a luxury comfort car.
I gotta say, I gotta take my hat off to you. A Ghost is it's a fantastic.
You really need
car.
a driver. You know, it's more comfortable in the back seat than it is the front. That's a car you want to really be driven in.
Helmet 56, $5. The reports of my death are greatly exaggerated. Long live the Wizard. And we got Callie. How are you, Callie?
Hey, Arch. I'm good. How are you?
Hey, what product are we selling today? Because you never come on for any other reason than to plug something you're trying to sell or do.
No, actually, I just came on to see you because I've missed you.
Oh, that's
See, you misjudged the lady.
I know. I know. I'm very happy to see Stefano.
Oh,
Nice to see you, Kelly.
I'm really happy.
I got
Yeah, that made my day seeing Stefano.
Yeah, I
Seeing
tell you what,
up and about,
that's
brother.
really
So good to
made
see
my
you.
day too. He's a great guy. Here we go. We've got Verdodo, Mr. Tudor, $5. When is TNA, Tim and Arch, getting back together to unite the community? Do it for Wizard. We love you guys. I got to tell you, I'm a little bit worried about Artem because Marco was sucking up to him by super chatting the other day. I don't know if you noticed this, JJ.
What? No, I didn't
Because
see it.
remember, the deal was I want Tim to spill his guts on. I want him to spill his guts on the begging and the contacting the donors. You understand this? And I'm not here to sing Kumbaya and reunite the community. I'm here. I'm like North Korea. I'm here to let off bombs.
Here to
right?
nuke it all down to the ground.
Exactly. That's exactly it. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to unite the community. I tell you, I saw a video from Did the other day. He said he wants to unite the community.
Yeah.
That just made me so sick, you know. I heard all that crap before.
He's a big stoner.
And I got to tell you, that's the same crap that Adam was trying to do. He was trying to build his own worth when, in fact, he's absolutely hopeless parasite. But he's trying to sell it to me like he's actually a useful conduit in the community. See, a parasite is in the food chain. It's in the circle of life. A parasite, like a carpet beetle, has a place, but it's just not in my fucking home. Do you understand?
Can you pull up ABC's last chat, please?
ABC, yes, you betcha. ABC, here we go. When was his chat? Where was
It
his
was
chat?
regular. It was a regular chat, but it was.
Oh,
pretty
it was
funny.
a regular. It was unpaid. My
right,
God.
but it was funny. It was very funny.
It was funny. We like ABC. Where is he?
Yeah.
Where is he? Is it? I can't find it.
About 6 or 7 up from Bud the Stud
Oh.
Super Chat.
Kim Long Arch.
Kim
Yes,
Jong-un.
Kim Jong Arch. Go there. I gotta tell you, Jesus Christ, I think I should have been sucking up to Chris. Chris, how can I suck up to you now that I realized you got money? Because that's what Marco and Artem like to do. Can I apologize?
You don't need to suck up, Arch. As soon as these borders, as soon as we can come and visit you, I will. Yeah, I have family in Australia, so
I gotta apologize. That profile, you're looking slim, man. The only reason I was so abusive to you was you look about 20. You know, I couldn't believe a young man how young you look there, and
You just felt a little threatened. It's okay though, and now y'all can be.
There are
friends.
no heart attacks on my horizon, Arch. I got a clean bill of health, so I haven't. I put on the COVID 30. You know, I just need to
By
take
the
it
way,
off.
did you know something, Chris? Let me share this with the older men. Chris, I want to tell you something, and you can listen to this too, Wizard. Did you realize having sex twice a week reduces your chance of heart attack by 30%?
Wow.
Yeah. Did you know
And
that?
I still had one. Okay.
I said it reduces. It doesn't make it zero. It's like COVID.
Oh.
It's a vaccine. It doesn't give you 100%, right?
You
Right.
just probably would have had one before now.
And
Yes.
You weren't
the
as
other.
passionate, Stefano.
Did you realize having more than this is true? They said having more than 54 releases a year for men. Virtually, it has a big improvement on prostate troubles. I don't know if you realize that.
Does that include self-service or?
Anything, just releases. It was just. I'm just telling you, right?
I just wanted to know.
But
Okay.
I mean, when you drive a Ghost, even the car does it for you.
Oh, there you go.
Hose. There's a special hose in the front seats there for the super rich.
That's the Is that the plastic penis pump?
And
Oh.
you know, the super rich, they don't actually do normal poos. They just have little pellets they shit out. You know that? It's because they're just perfect people. But the stud, $2. Arch is here for Archie. Forget the community, man. And I tell you what, Chris, you're the sort of person that Anthony Farrer would look up to. Can you ask him why he didn't apologize to Bud the Stud? Because he basically said Bud the Stud was a liar, okay? Because Bud was saying, "Where's my money back? Where's my $2,000 for that stupid raise?" And then when he checked, he realized he hadn't actually sent it back. So doesn't he owe Bud an apology? Could you ask him that?
Yeah, I can't speak for him. Me personally, if I made that mistake, I would certainly.
Yeah,
I would
you'd certainly admit to
apologize.
it.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the drama stuff. I like to live a drama-free life, as much
So
as
tell
possible.
me this: you have a Filipino wife or an American wife?
Yeah, the first one.
Philip, okay.
Archie got some
there's no way
super
in the
chat
world.
rolling.
There's no way in the world you'd marry an American wife after your first term of duty, would there? First tour of duty.
It would have to come with a lot of perks for sure.
Yeah.
I lived in China for a year, and I didn't really catch Asian fever until I moved to the Philippines.
Did you know? Actually, Chinese women are the most promiscuous. Did you know that? I don't know.
Yeah, I thought, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Hit and miss.
So you didn't have a good time in China? Whereabouts in China were you?
I was all over. I worked for one of the Chinese automakers, and at the time.
What cars are Chinese automakers going to take over the world?
Not in my lifetime. They're absolute junk, absolute shit.
You don't even like the Havel or the Great Wall or the LDV?
Nah, I don't know. I just don't. I worked for one, and I just see what goes on, And I wouldn't.
They're cheap.
Not for me. Yeah, you get what you pay for.
Is the quality that? But even Audi's got factories over there.
Yeah, but that's different, That's just taking the same assembly line, the same processes.
Yeah.
It starts with the design.
But okay, we'll come back to that. Corrado Galicia, $5.
You missed DC and LV.
Sorry, what was that?
DC and LV is next.
DC and LV, thank you. AC3 is an equal opportunity basher. Hi all, welcome back, Weezard. Chris, we need to have a meetup when you return to LV.
Absolutely, anytime, man.
And we've got Racing R, $5. Archie, which alcohol drink would you associate with watch brands? Like expensive wine, Paddock, whiskey, a Rolex. Oh, no. I'd say Paddock would be a cognac.
Yep, definitely.
Cognac.
Got one from Jamie.
I would say
Louis XIII.
I would say Rolex would be more. I reckon Rolex is Johnny Walker Scotch whiskey. Because there's a price. Oh no, that's probably you're right. Okay, what do I think? Beer. Yeah, good idea.
Rolex can go with Heineken or with
Who's putting 10-10?
Stella.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got you. So I got to ask you there, Chris. Jamie Opulence, £5. Chris, as a man well-traveled as yourself, get yourself the Patek World Time. Would be a great addition to your handsome collection.
Yeah, I told myself that I'm going to do a Patek next. So,
okay. But
even before you roasted me, Archie, that was already
I have some good ones coming in, Chris.
You're my favorite dealer, Stefano.
Wow.
And hopefully you get well on the mend, and I'll come and pick it up in person from you when the time is right. You know?
Might be a few FP journeys coming in too.
Tell me this, Chris. I wanted to ask you. You know the Koreans, right? You know, like Hyundai and Kia.
Yeah.
They bought
make
the
good
old.
stuff.
They want the tooling. They bought the previous generation tooling from Mazda and Toyota and Honda.
Right.
Right. Are the Chinese going to do the same? Why don't they just buy the tooling from Mazda and Toyota and that there? Why can't they make a good car? That's what I'm trying to ask you. Why are they have to be garbage?
Well, they don't innovate. They copy, right? And
Correct.
They also try to accomplish a lot with cheapness, and there are certain things you just can't skint on, like strength. You know, the strength of the vehicle frame itself. You know, it's not cheap to do proper tubular. Right. That's expensive. The tooling's expensive. The process is not cheap, so you can't accomplish that. So the particular, I don't know how much I can really say, but the particular vehicle I worked on, they wanted to make a cabriolet vehicle, and they used all the high end. Outside of my office was all the latest Mercedes, BMWs, benchmarks, but you just can't get there by cutting corners. You know, you'll never get accepted into the EU. You'll never pass U.S. federal safety standards. So.
Oh, I see. They're trying to bring out a cabriolet. You're right. Yeah.
What I see China doing is just taking it over by force. Like Tesla just built a huge factory over there, and now I don't know if you're hearing. There's a lot of press. A lot of incidents are happening in China, and I think it's all fake news. You know, they're trying to badmouth Elon Musk and maybe just take over his factory. You know, kick him out.
But you know, Elon Musk, he's got Mercedes is a big investor in Tesla, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like a lot of the switchgear in the Tesla is Mercedes. You know that, don't you?
Right.
Because they're a huge investor. But okay, gotcha. China, it's very. Do you think these EV? Do you like electric vehicles yourself? You said you love Tesla. It's one thing you.
I love the Tesla I have. It's. You know, I don't have to go for oil changes. It's just everything works. And,
what do you think of right to repair?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely, you know, there was that recent article where Tesla quoted them $10,000 and they got it done for like $300. So, yeah, it's definitely not something for a shade tree mechanic to work on. But most modern vehicles are like that now, aren't they?
Yeah, but they try and keep it in-house. It's like John Deere tractors. You've got to keep going to John Deere to get the software updates.
Yeah. Well, that's where they make their money. You know, there's not a lot of money in selling a new car. It's servicing the new car.
Do you seriously believe, you know, if the world was concerned about the environment, why can't they make a car that lasts 30 years instead of 5 to 10 years?
Business. Because if they make a car that lasts 30 years with no service, they're not going to sell as many cars.
Yeah, what do you think,
lasts
Chris?
more than 30 years.
What do you think, Chris? Why won't they make a car that just lasts? Like BMW uses so much plastic.
Said, you know?
Plastic, so much plastic water pump, plastic this, plastic that. Yeah, BMW even has ignition cores that are plastic. What the fuck were they thinking putting plastic ignition cores in?
Additional revenue stream.
Everything's recyclable now, Arch. You know that. Nobody wants it after that long. That's the problem. After a couple of years, they don't even want the car anymore. So it's pointless to make it last 30 years.
But if they make it out of plastic, it's more likely to not withstand the use. And so it has to get replaced. And it's just more money.
Racing R, $5. Kelly, what's your favorite drink and watch combination?
Anything with a proof and anything that tells time.
Yankee Doodle, $2. What do you think of NIO and the company BYD? Who's that?
NIO is a Chinese EV car company.
Yeah, I think he's talking to you, Chris.
I'm not in the auto industry anymore, so I'm not really up on all of it. I do know that there's a lot of emerging electric vehicle makers over there, and that's why Tesla's getting a disproportionate amount of bad press in the Chinese media.
Chris, what do you think about EV Rolls-Royce?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
What do you think about Geely Rolls Royce?
The EV Rolls Royce.
Oh,
Geely,
EV Rolls
Geely.
Royce.
Geely
Yeah.
Rolls Royce.
Geely, Geely.
Yes.
Oh, Geely. Yeah.
Yeah, they copied it. They copied it. They copied it.
Yeah. Yeah. They copy everything over there.
You know what LDV stands for, Chris?
LDV.
No Googling. It's a Chinese brand, LDV. It's kind of like a light truck maker.
Oh, no, I'm not familiar with it.
No one
It
hand
stands
Googling
for,
either.
listen to this, they bought Leyland DAF Vehicles, LDV. Leyland, I mean Leyland, that's garbage, isn't it? Leyland was a garbage brand, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What do you see what they did to MG?
Right.
They just bought the badge. They bought the badge and started. It's yeah.
BYD
Chinese-
bought the badge.
Chinese
BYD.
vehicles. I got to tell you, Chris. How long will a Rolls Royce last?
Oh, they're problematic. You know, the injectors are problematic on that engine.
Yeah.
The good news is you can buy them from BMW. If you buy the Rolls Royce, it's the same part number even. It's the exact same part number, but if you buy it through Rolls Royce, it's double. It's
Yes.
crazy. Because I
Does
had
that
them
mean it
replaced
has a
on this
plastic
car.
water pump?
Yeah, I don't know what kind of water pump it has. Yeah.
Here we go. Pine Barren's got a question. I had a Tesla Model S. After 7 years, you start getting $5,000 repair bills for EPUs. CPUs. It's like an iPad. When the tech starts getting old, you pay a high price. Get out of your Tesla before the warranty expires. What do you think of that, Chris?
Oxley stayed
I'm
high.
enjoying the car right now. You know, I've only got like 4,000, 5,000 miles on it. So
You've
I'm
got an
enjoying
S? It's an
Arch,
S you've
yeah.
got?
The
Arch, what are they-
P100D, the fast one.
What are they going to do with all the batteries, Arch? That's what I want to know.
Well, I think they're going to have to recycle them.
Right. Yeah, but
Tell
what are
me-
they going to
Landfill.
do? Bury them all
Wait,
in landfills?
if you park your-
Landfill.
If you park your car in the sun, horology, it actually has fans to keep it cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I use it quite a bit. You know, like if I'm
Otherwise,
running into
it'll
the store.
explode. It'll explode.
Well, no, I can
otherwise.
keep the climate cool. Yeah, that as well. It has actually it works both ways. Sometimes you have to heat the batteries, and if you're on your way to charge, of course, in Las Vegas it's quite warm, so I don't need to heat my batteries. But yeah, you can keep the climate control on. So when you go into the grocery store, you don't have to come out to a hot car, which really makes sense in the desert. You know, we have
Yes.
40-degree centigrade days, you know, on a regular basis in the summer.
Yeah. Did you ever meet Elon Musk? Did you ever meet him?
No.
Okay. Very
Chris,
cool.
are you in Las Vegas right now?
No, I'm actually in New York today.
Oh wow. I'll be in Las Vegas on the 17th.
Oh, cool. I'll be at the London Watch Show, unfortunately. on the 17th.
Fantastic. That's gonna be exciting.
Here we go, Verado, Mr. Tudor to you, $5. What do you guys think about the new Tesla Lucid, all-time low right now, LCID? Tesla Lucid. What
good.
is the
Lucid
What's the
is a luxury car company. They make EVs like Tesla.
Oh, okay.
They came out. They had a
the
lot of
new
hype,
Tesla,
and
yeah.
now they kind of sank like a rock. You know.
Was Lucid Chinese?
No, it's a U.S. based company.
U.S.
Right.
Timepiece Fund, $2. Pontiff dressed down his honor earned. Respect to Chris. Yeah, I didn't realize he had a Rolls Royce. You know, that's why Kelly came on here. She's trying to scheme for her. I'm not sucked in by Kelly. Let me tell you this: the beautiful woman bats
Just
her
you and
eyes
me,
at
Just
me.
you and me. Nobody else
And-
matters.
And Kelly, I'm disappointed you didn't move away from those other snakes when I abandoned them. That's what I'm disappointed with. You didn't side with me.
I
You went on these other snake.
That's
other
fine.
snakes.
It's fine. You can be mad. If I don't have a dog in the fight, then I'm just gonna. Nobody hurt my feelings. I like to be
Yeah.
friends with everybody.
Yeah.
The way
that's
you were
what-
going after Chris reminded me of the way it was when I first came on. I was having flashbacks.
Flashbacks.
It was like
I
it was
thought-
almost lovingly flashbacks. Like, oh,
I
I
thought
remember
Joe-
those
Yeah.
days.
I thought Joe Kramer was on for a minute.
Yeah, it's all good there. It's yeah, I got to tell you, that's an amazing. You've had an amazing life, Chris. I just wish you had a bit more. I got to be completely honestly, for someone who's so wealthy, Do you have to get the look at me watches? Don't you already have an ego?
You say that,
I
but
mean-
I'm actually, very like, the watches I buy are because they're the ones that speak to me. They're the ones that call me. And the deeper I get into the hobby, I want to add a Patek, but I just, I need to find out which one speaks to me.
But you always want to add the stuff that's popular. Don't you do any
No,
research yourself?
The next big piece I want is a perpetual calendar. That's
Okay, that's a
what I
great
want
piece
next.
to get there.
That's
a great
to me.
piece.
That's the horology. The perpetual calendar. That's speaking to me now. So I'm taking my time, and when I decide which one, then I'll pull the trigger.
And I got to be honest with you, Chris. Are you as bored shitless with that? What's his name? You know that guy who's got that Frank Lloyd Wright house. What's his name? What's his name there, JJ? What's
Todd.
the guy? Yeah,
What?
you was
Todd
bored
Levin.
shitless. Yeah, you was bored shitless when Todd Levin's on the stream, as I am. Or
Yeah, I think I only caught one of them. I think I was on with him once.
yeah, he's so boring, that guy.
I don't know
I mean,
him, so
he's
hard
up
to say.
himself. He's really his shit doesn't stink. He's just. I don't know. What are you bored with him, JJ? Back me up.
I've never actually been on a stream with him, to be honest with you. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
What,
the Wizard
I don't know.
has. Wizard, are you bored with him? What do you think? Todd Levin. Does
Well,
he
I
bore
just
the shit out of
listen.
you?
He's into these micro US brands.
I
don't
know. I hate that shit. You know that? I really hate that shit.
The watches he buys. I mean, I've seen like his Instagram. I've never seen him on a
Yeah.
stream, but the watches he buys are
They're expensive.
they're very expensive, and I guess he has like a some type of approach to what
I
he
won't
buys.
be sucking up to him.
But it's not stuff that I would wear. I mean, it's not my personality kind of stuff.
Yeah,
But I'm
Doc,
sure he's a nice guy though.
I
He's
gotta
highly
tell you,
respected in the art world.
He is. He is.
Oh yeah.
But he's not a car man. Can you trust a
No,
man who doesn't
he
have
doesn't
a car?
own a car.
Can you trust a man who doesn't have a car?
Does he not
That
go?
wouldn't surprise me.
Chris, can you trust a man without a car?
I don't know. He does live in New York, though. It's like driving around New York wouldn't be
He lives-
enjoyable.
I think he lives in New
New
Jersey.
Jersey. He lives in New Jersey, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right. It's a lot different than living in Manhattan.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly. Exactly. Even in Eyes Wide Shut, Tom Cruise had a Range Rover. Remember that? Remember, and the other guys in New Jersey, they had the Rolls Royce Spirit they came down in. Remember?
Yeah.
It should have been a Seraph butt, don't you think? At that period of movie.
Yeah.
Super chat.
Super chat. Timepiece Fund, $2. Pontiff. Oh, here we go. Juco. It's Juco. Which one are we going now? Here we go. Juco Ted, $5. Wizard, did you get a doctor's script to drink red wine? I'm the real, so glad you are doing better. Lots of people are pulling for you.
Thank you, Duco.
Betcha. Timepiece Fund, $2. Looking at Ghost, but need a bigger house to match. That's the Timepiece Fund. Look, it doesn't matter what sort of house you have. You can have a Ghost. Don't you think, Chris?
Yeah, we just downsized because my wife doesn't want a big house. She just doesn't want a big house. And when I first moved back to the States, I had always lived in small places in Asia, as you do, and I wanted to have a big house, but it's a lot of work, and I'd rather spend my time on other things.
It takes a lot of money too. Higher property taxes.
Taxes, insurance.
Right.
Exactly.
Groundskeeping.
When I was looking in Florida, I was looking at those houses, Arch, and I said, "Am I crazy? I'd rather get a nice, really cool looking condo, nice
Hell
and
yeah.
small. They clean everything for you.
Perfect.
Show up and pop the key in and go."
You pay your
Exactly.
cans every month, and they take care of everything.
Another super chat.
Exact. DC and LV, $2. Whose soul is being read next this evening?
I think we got to read. We got to read Green Room Soul soon, Arch. You haven't read his.
Green
I want to know what's going
Yeah.
on.
Trim Wong, $2. Green Boy, you freak me out. I'm looking back in time.
Well, you got 4 in a row.
There we go. And we got the Pine Baron. Here we go. The Pine Baron, $10. Arch, remember the secret password to the party. Fidelio! Remember that?
Yeah.
And then they said, what's the other password?
There is no
was
other password.
password. There we go. J, £2. Went to wrong to want to get rid of APRO 15300 ST Blue. You betcha. It's very wrong. That's a great watch. 15300, the 39mm Royal Oak. That's the best one out of the lot, in my opinion. I think it's better than the 15202. Much more usable. Screw-in crown. It's even got a second hand. And Mr. Zozu, $5. Arch, you love the same watches. Overweight and white and yelling at this guy who you envy. Look, he's okay. I'm just angry at him. He got that Tim guy there. That just puts me in a bad mood. And Kelly, you got to do some more videos with me.
Yes, we
Kelly.
do. Yes, we
I got
do.
more videos coming with you. You got a big upswing.
I did. I got a big.
bit of an
I would tell you, Ben. Can I just tell you, Archie, your fans are probably the most fascinating people I've ever read comments from.
Wow.
Yeah, they love you, and they hate anybody else, and they don't mind telling you that.
Fascinating is a good word. Good word.
Good word.
It's like a safe word almost.
I will gladly do another video with you, Archie. I had fun. I think that we need to have a great long conversation about my whole G-Shock collection. I think you'd appreciate that.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
No, I don't feel like getting yelled at today by Archie.
Chris, I want to ask you, what do you think the best car in America is at the moment? We're talking for reliability, lasting ability.
Made?
No, just the available in the American market. What is the best car? If you weren't
reliability?
Yeah,
Toyota.
Lexus.
Yeah,
Camry.
Toyota, Lexus, which is a Toyota anyway. I mean, they're reliable. They're just rental cars, right? That's
they're boring.
Enterprise. Yeah, but I mean, if that's what you need, if you need a car to get you from A to B, I mean, efficient, reliable, predictable. Why not?
That sounds like all the words like a wife who cheats on her husband uses to describe her husband. Oh, he's honest, reliable, boring.
Tell me this, Chris. Why do the Germans make garbage now? Like honestly, you're not going to get more than 100.
Yeah, I know. You know,
hey,
I won't buy a Mercedes or BMW anymore. I'm not just doesn't do anything for me.
I think you can get farther than that on a Porsche.
Not a Boxster or a Cayman, you can't.
No.
Those are
Boxster. That's a joke.
That's like a poor man's Volkswagen.
Exactly. Those are kind of entry level.
Tell me this, Chris. You're in the automotive game. Why doesn't anyone make a car that bloody lasts?
Yeah, because they make their money selling the parts. You know, the service parts, the markup on that is on the low end 500%. So, you know.
What do you reckon the most horrible, the worst car you could possibly buy in America at the moment?
Ford.
Yugo.
Yeah.
Probably.
One.
Yeah.
A BMW.
Yugo.
Super chat.
Arch, you know what Ford stands for?
Fix and repair daily. That one.
That's it.
Found on road dead.
Found on road dead.
Toyota
like
Mo,
that
$5. Arch, no joke. Who the hell is that guy next to you, and how long has he been there? That's our green room boy. Our green room boy.
Yeah.
There we go.
As long as he keeps the background, he could stay because it's background. It's filler.
I always thought a Ford was a fiked over rebuilt Dodge.
I got to tell you, seriously, I don't understand why BMW and Mercedes, they used to be, you remember the W123 Mercedes, you know, that was the 70s E-Class.
E-Class, yes.
They were quality. They lasted. I don't understand why nobody makes a car to last. Now, you've told me, because if you make a car to last, you're not going to, people don't want that. I don't believe that. I think people want cars to last. I don't believe they want garbage.
People want cars to last. The businessmen don't care.
Right.
And I mean, think about it. Like, there's a price on everything. Nothing is guaranteed. It's, what is it? Like, the pursuit of happiness is the only guarantee you have in life. Food costs money, clothing costs money, housing costs money. There's
But
nothing.
why
free.
can Toyota make a car that lasts, but it's so boring? That's the question, Chris. Why can't they package some excitement in there?
Hey, don't upset Toyota Mo, man. Don't say it's boring.
Yeah, it's just I think it's the company culture, right? They're the workhorse. They're the VW of Asian Japanese
Well,
cars.
VW is
Right?
no longer reliable. You owned a VW lately with their DGS transmissions and their.
I've never owned a Volkswagen.
No.
There are people who drive vintage Chevrolet even from the 50s and 60s, 500,000 miles. No
the
problem.
funny thing is, American cars of old, they were only meant to last 60,000 to 100,000 miles. They were never long-lasting cars.
But they were well built, though. If they were maintained, they could go hundreds
Well,
of
anything
thousands of
will
miles.
last forever if you keep throwing money at it.
No. I mean, if they were just basic maintenance. I'm not talking about having to rebuild the engine.
You know how many people don't change their oil? That's the biggest downfall
yeah.
of every
Exactly.
The
car.
biggest killer on an engine.
If you change your oil regularly, you'll be fine.
Yep.
There's a lot of
Super
cars.
I had a girlfriend with a Toyota, and it was 10 years old before I told her that oil was supposed to be changed.
That's
It's like a
incredible.
relationship, Arch. You know, you got to change the oil, otherwise it goes bad.
Toyota Mo, $2.
Or else you
Don't
might
cross
blow
the
a
line,
gasket.
Arch. Oh, Toyota Mo. Let me say that. I tell you honestly, you know my dream car at the moment. Let me tell you what's happened in Australia. Listen to this. You wouldn't want to buy a 3 Series or a C-Class Mercedes. They're all plastic garbage, okay? Lexus has dropped the IS line. You know the IS? That's the Compact Executive Saloons.
Entry level.
They've dropped it. They dropped them in Australia. They're no longer selling. So the only bloody Lexus they've got is the SUVs, which I hate,
LX.
or the ES, which is like it's just a rebadged Camry. If I wanted the ES, I'd just buy a Camry. That's all I do. And that's honestly what's happened in Australia. They are just lunacy. Honda now in Australia, they got no price negotiation, fixed prices. Full retail. How's that help the consumer? They're idiots. Honda.
They sell an Acura.
No, we've only got Honda, and we've only got one Accord. It's 57,000 Australia. It's a top model. It's got. Listen to this. The Honda in Australia's got a 1.5 liter turbo. I don't understand. Wouldn't you rather have a bigger displacement non-turbo?
Arch, you got to interview Scotty Kilmer.
I know. It's just terrible in Australia, but
Let's talk about some luxury goods, Arch. Luxury goods.
Maybe
Luxury
even
goods.
watches.
maybe even watches. I got to tell you there. What are you wearing, Kelly, on that strap?
Zenith El Primero.
Ooh, nice.
Watch. Nice watch. Nice watch. And what are you
It's
wearing,
the first of the
Weezard?
month.
Ooh. What's
That's
that? That's a
amazing.
cast. You broke your arm as well?
No, I
Yeah,
have
remember
radial
when-
nerve damage.
Ooh.
Remember
From
we were
the
talking
surgery.
about self-service before?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah. He's trying to improve his cardiovascular stamina.
You know what you were mentioning about sex? What was it again?
Yes, well,
Statistic?
I said that if you have sex, what is it? I think it's if you have sex twice a week, it reduces your chance of heart attack by 30%.
And if you have a partner, it reduces it by 50%.
Ah,
Boom, boom. And the other thing is, if you have sex, if you have more than 54 releases a year, it helps with prostate problems.
Actually, that's all true.
There you go.
Because it really is with most of the body, it's use it or lose it. You have to exercise everything in the body.
Yes. Jay, £2 trading in the AP 15300 ST plus cash for a Paddock 5170G. Bad move? I'd possibly do. We don't know how much cash, but
Ooh,
I'd
but a
probably sell the AP.
5170G.
I would sell the AP separately. You're not going to do any great deals dealing with a dealer. I'd rather sell it privately and then screw the cheapest one you can. That's what I would do. But hey, that's just
I think the essence of that question is, would you rather have a 5170G over the AP?
Yes, I have the
Yes.
Paddock.
And I think the answer is yes. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're also going to have to add, what, 25,000 to that trade?
He doesn't
20,000?
tell us. He doesn't tell us. He doesn't say. Guys, we are coming up to the 2-hour mark. I want to thank you guys. Kelly, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. Kelly, I got to tell you, did you realize Chris was rich?
No, but I would much rather focus on the fact that you, when you say the word release, it just hits kind of different.
Yes. Thank you. And are you wearing a grenade? What are you wearing there, Chris?
Just the Hulk on a strap. I like it on a strap. It really.
What do you think, JJ? Is that an Everest or Rubber B?
No straps. No straps.
Rubber B.
I'm not a fan of Rolex on straps, to be honest.
By the way, I just released a video on the Paul Pluta channel. This guy had an orange strap. And I said, "What the hell are you doing?" I said, "It looks
Never
like."
give your daughter to you.
Never give your watches to your daughter or your wife. That's exactly it. It's a bit. Yeah, that's okay. You got to be happy. You love it on a strap, but.
Yeah, it's something different. It's like a different watch on the strap. It's a different look.
I'm not a strap fan, but I saw on the internet someone had a purple sub like I've got, but they put it on a purple NATO. It looked pretty cool.
Do you like NATOs? Do you like NATOs, Chris?
No, I don't like NATO.
No.
No NATO.
Now tell me this,
like
Wizard. Now that you've spoken to the Grim Reaper.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh, Arch.
What are you going to wear now? No,
he really puts things delicately.
What are you going to wear?
I just ordered like 24 watches for the shop, but I bought 3 for myself.
What did you get?
I have a FP Jordan coming in. Not the one that I want because I can't find it.
No.
I have an RM1103 coming in.
RM11, that's a great watch.
Yes, it is.
And your calendar chronograph.
Yep.
And a Panerai.
Yep. I've been hunting this Panerai down, and I found it. One of my buddies called me from Philly. He says, I found it. I said, send it. And that's it.
Roar of the Tiger, $5. Believe it or not, in America, Buick is just below Lexus, Toyota, and Porsche in service and reliability. The worst are Volkswagen, Alfa Romeo, and Land Rover.
Oh, Land Rover sucks.
Oh, they're just garbage.
They're
Range
shit.
Rover, garbage. Alfa Romeo, Chris, what do you think of that brand?
Yeah, not really into it.
No Italian.
I used to have an old Spider back in the early 80s.
Ah, I love them. That's the proper rear-wheel drive one. And what happened
didn't
to
you
that?
have an Alfa Romeo?
I had a 156. Yeah.
Nice.
Horrible car.
But they were cool.
When it was
cool
working,
looking.
it was beautiful. When it was working, it had that stupid hydraulic clutch. You know, that stupid city speed, which was the most stupid idea known to man. The only thing that's more hilarious than that stupid clutch is idiots with Ferraris paid even more to have the same stupid system. They call it the F1 transmission.
Yeah.
Verado, Mr. Tudor, to you, $5. Kelly Paddock, 1911, 24 quarts. Your opinion for a lady. Forget these guys.
I just pulled it up because I've never actually seen anything like it. I think it's very nice, and if that's the brand that you prefer, but I'd have to see it in person, but it looks like the dial is just a little bit small compared to the bracelet, and I don't really like that. But if it's classy. I think it looks really elegant.
There we go. Got comments there. Quarter eye Alfa Romeo is toxic sludge. I tend to agree with that. They're beautiful. Wizard, you had an Alfa Romeo. What color?
Red.
What color interior?
Was it? It was black.
Black.
Because I had a Fiat Spider that was red with a camel interior, but no, I had the black one.
And what did your Alfa? You loved the Alfa, or how
it was cool? You know, back then it was cool. You know, New York
new
City,
or second hand?
Brand new.
Be right back.
Brand new before the dealer went out of business because Alfa Romeo left New York, the U.S.
Yes.
But I then traded it with a couple of dollars because the guy fell in love with that. I bought a 944 Porsche Turbo when they first came out.
Oh, wow.
That is a sweet car.
It was a sweet car, I must
Jeez,
admit.
Wizard, you've lived a good life, Wizard.
I have. I've been blessed and honored. Yes.
My God, do you still fondly remember the Alfa Romeo?
Yeah, of course. We used to go down to Pennsylvania and race it on the track. We used to pay $75 for the track fee for the day.
They
'Cause
weren't
we had
that
like a Fiat
fast.
Spider Club.
Oh, they weren't that fast, but they had
No,
very good
they were quick.
dynamics.
Not
It was the
fast, but
dynamics.
quick.
The dynamics.
Yes.
Because they were
Yes.
they were
50-50 balance, baby.
That's
50-50.
wow, that's
Plus, it was a
amazing.
convertible, you know.
Yeah, it
You're
was
young.
How old were you when you had that?
I had it, and I must have been like 22, 23 years old.
Shit.
Super chat.
Here we go.
Wow.
SB $5. C-suite executive need to class it up. Is Cartier tank go-to or Calatrava patrimony? See, the thing is, if you're going to buy a new Cartier, you could probably get it pre-owned. The Cartier's okay. I don't
Yeah, but
hate Cartier, but
you can't put Cartier in Paddock and
yeah,
Vacheron territory.
Exactly. Yeah,
I
exactly.
would say Calatrava if I had to choose.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
that's a
just a
great
very
watch.
universal look.
When are you getting a Calatrava, Kelly? Tell me that. I'd like
My
to see
birthday's
you.
next month, so we'll see. Peter, are you buying me a Patek? It's
I
a
wanna
big
see what-
birthday.
I want you to raise up that Zenith and
Oh.
put it up to the
How
camera. I
old
want
are
to see what
you,
that
Kelly?
looks
Is
like.
that rude to ask that or not?
I'll be 40.
That's
40.
a nice one.
That's so
That's
young. I wish I
gorgeous.
was 40. You look
So
back
you
on
went and
40? My
Huh?
God. I reckon you come into your prime when you're 40. 40 is I love being 40. You know that I really enjoyed 40s. I've
I'm
enjoyed
afraid.
it. What about you, Chris? Did you like being 40?
Yeah, 40 was better than 30 for sure.
Yeah, 30 sucked. 30 sucked.
Yeah.
And you're still beautiful, Kelly. Absolutely gorgeous. 40, yes. My God.
So what made you get the larger Zenith?
I have a big ass wrist.
Oh,
I have a
Oh, that's
7-inch
the
wrist.
42 with the open
Yeah, this is
heart.
a 42.
It's
So I have a 7-inch wrist, and I actually just prefer bigger dial watches.
Okay.
That's a great watch. That's amazing. I really You okay, Wizard? He's sneezing there. Oh, bless you, Wizard. Bless you, Wizard.
Thank you,
Bless
thank you.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta tell you, guys. This is interesting. Car chat, watch talk, and
And berating
Thanks.
all together, mixed up.
yeah, we got the Pine Baron, $10. Arch, I ordered a 599 HGTE from the factory back in 2010. The only thing I've had to do to it, knock on wood, is tires and oil changes. The Italians do make wonderful engines. I emailed you a pic. So that's a 599. That's a Ferrari. Is that a Ferrari, isn't it?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, that's the V12 Ferrari.
Front engine.
Sorry? Front engine,
think
yes
it's
it is.
front engine,
Grand
yes.
Tourer. It's a 4-seater.
I don't know. I had a neighbor with a Ferrari. He spent a lot of money on just the basic stuff and then repairs. A lot of money.
599 is not a full seater.
The HGTE.
It is a
Question if it's a 4-seater.
two-door Grand Tour GT car, I believe.
Yeah.
They're
but
definitely nice, but
I'm just having a look. It sent me a photo. I'm just pulling it up. Just hang on there. Pine Baron has sent me. Da-da-da-da. Holy shit, it is beautiful. It's red as well, you know?
while he's doing that, Green Room Boy, can you pull up an interior shot of the Enterprise? Can you do that? Like maybe the captain's room or something like that?
What was the beaming room? What was the name of the warping room or something?
If you're gonna
Oh,
use
yes,
that
that's true.
background, you gotta change your name to like Jim Bright or something. You know, be like Jim Bright, you know? Or
Unless
Tom
you're
Kite, something.
unless you're the trim
Tom
wrong
Wrong.
guy.
You could be
Yeah,
Tom
trim
Long.
Yeah, something.
I think the 599 might just be a 2-seater. I'm just bringing up a photo of it here. This is the Pine Baron Express.
It is a two-seater. It is a two-seater front
yeah,
engine.
It was I think the 612 Scagliati. You know, what's the 612?
Scagliati.
They
That
were
was the successor to That was a successful 2599. Yes.
I'll just bring up the photo here. It's so that I was wrong. So let's have a look here. Where is it?
612 is a 4-seater.
Would you like?
This is absolute beautiful. Look at this. That's Pine Barren's car. Look at that.
Ooh.
My God.
Nice.
Yeah,
And it's the proper color. Proper color.
Because Ferrari's moving towards the turbos. They're moving towards the turbos, and I gotta be honest.
What's Pine Barren's email address, Arch? Sorry, I could not resist. I'm sorry.
What a beautiful car! I tell you what, that is absolutely. Would you ever have a Ferrari, Chris? Oh, you've got
I'd love
one.
to have one. Yeah, someday. I've got a young daughter to put through university.
Chris, you've got a Rolls Royce. It's not one day when, you know. Someone like you, Chris, you just tick the box. Tick the box.
Yeah, a lot of my friends have them. So
you get a
enjoy them
Rolls while you have
vicariously.
children, I guess, and then once the children are gone, you can switch over to the Ferrari.
Well, apparently,
Yeah.
you know, the statistics, they say a lot of Rolls Royce owners actually do have a Ferrari. There's a lot of crossover in the statistics there.
Well, producer Michael does.
Yeah, he's. I'm not quite sure with that guy.
He's a first class
fun.
gentleman. I spoke to him on the phone before, actually a couple times about something, and he's a first class gentleman. You know?
I see.
Yeah, he didn't have to do what he did for me, and he did. You know,
He
I
helped
really
you
can't
out.
get into the details, but he's a nice guy. Nothing but respect for producer Michael for me.
Very good to hear. Very, very good to hear there. What a beautiful car Pine Barren's got. I'm just in awe of this thing. That is.
What kind of
absolute-
rims are those?
I
Factory.
think those are factory. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, they're factory, but they're optional rims. They're not standard rims for that, are they?
No, they're extra.
Jesus Christ, that's a beautiful car. No number plate at the front. You can get away with that in certain countries. It's
And they'll stop you and they'll say, you should have a plate there, and then they'll talk about the Ferrari, how sweet it is, and let you go.
yeah, it is a very cool car. That, I mean, it's my God, that's beautiful. We might wrap this show up on that note there, guys. Split
Arch,
rims.
I want to just let you know.
Sure.
We might have an unboxing tomorrow. We'll see. I'm gonna see what time I get back.
Wow, on my channel.
Why do you say it like that? I haven't done. I've done multiple unboxings on your channel. Arch. Multiple.
Dokie. Yeah. I got to say, guys, it was great to have you all along here. It was great chopping the chops with horology. Thank you for coming on and being a good sport there.
Thank you for having me, Arch, and thank you for the lambasting. It was.
Yeah, I do apologize. I didn't realize how rich you were. Sorry about that.
I'm only rich in the friends I have.
Somebody walked by.
Yeah. No, it's his green room. He's got a green room there. It's great to have you guys.
It's all
come
green
back
screen, yeah.
Come back tomorrow, guys. We've got a great crew here. It's a fantastic show. We love you all, guys. Go out there, have fun, and Wizard, you got to wear your watches. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't fit over this, so.
Can you wear it on the other side?
On the right wrist?
Oh, put on the right wrist. Yeah, okay, tomorrow.
Okay, Wizard,
You got it.
please.
Excellent idea.
Our
Yes.
prayers have been answered. We know Wizard as
Thank you
well.
so
That's
much.
the main thing. See you later,
Thank you.
guys. Okay, gonna wrap this baby up.